Hey, this is Matt from RANE, and in this video for Just Music, we're going to be taking a look at the RANE ONE. The RANE ONE is a professional motorized DJ controller for Serato DJ. It's the first controller from RANE and features the same ecosystem and build quality that RANE is famous for. The RANE ONE features 7.2-inch motorized platters, our Mag4 fader, direct access to software effects from Serato, independent pad modes per deck, and professional connectivity. Let's take a look at some of the hardware features. The RANE ONE has direct access to Serato's software effects. We can select between 6 different effects from Serato, so I can page through using effects buttons 1 through to 6. Now, of course, I can change my effects within Serato and still trigger them from the effects buttons. So I can navigate to Serato and change my version echo to the epic reverb. Effects button 1 will then trigger the epic reverb within Serato. So with the RANE ONE, we have independent pad modes per deck. We have access to Serato's hotkeys, save loops, roll, sampler, and both of Serato's slicer modes. With Hotkey, we have 2 functions. If I'm already in Hotkey mode and tap Hotkey again, I'm now in Serato's pitch and time mode. When I'm already in sampler mode, if I tap sampler again, I now have access to Serato's brand new Scratch Banks feature. This allows me to have 4 individual banks, which can contain up to 8 full tracks, scratch sounds, or samples. Let's see how that works. So as you can see in Serato, I have bank A set up with 8 individual tracks and samples. I can choose whether I want my full track or sample to start from a cue point or the beginning of the track. Or I can cycle through cue points using the pads. So I already have my scratch loop loaded. If I tap Hot Cue, I now have access to the hot cues I previously set in Serato. To revert to the original track that was loaded into the deck before we entered Scratch Banks, simply hit Shift and tap a Scratch Bank. And we're now back into our previous track. With the RANE ONE, we also have a dedicated loop mode in addition to our save loops. I can trigger a loop using the loop on and off button, and of course change the values of the loop as well. So let's take a look at some more features of the deck. We have our ribbon search at the top of the unit, and also we use the same brand new plunger-style start-stop button that can be found on our 12 Mark II. The RANE ONE features the same platter technology as our RANE 12. It also features the same quick lock system. You can also customize the platter with any vinyl you have by removing the screws from the provided platter. On each deck we also have our browse and load buttons, which also feature as our instant double modes. If you want more of a jog style platter, you simply hit Shift and slip, and this will then switch the motor off and allow you to simply jog using the platter. And to turn the motor back on, we hit Shift and slip. And finally, we have our 100mm pitch faders with center dent. For the Crossfader of the RANE ONE, we use our brand new Mag4 fader. The Mag4 on the RANE ONE is adjustable in 3 ways. We have a contour adjust at the front of the unit. We also have our physical tension adjust. We remove the top plate and adjust the magnet. Then finally, in Serato, you'll find a cut and adjust, so you can adjust how tight you want your cuts to be. The RANE ONE has fully featured professional connectivity. On the front of the mixer, we have our 2 microphone controls with dedicated EQs, Crossfader contour, deck contour, as well as our Q level and Q mix. On the rear of the unit, we have XLR connections on our main out and booth out. We have deck 1 and deck 2, which are line phono switchable, which means we can run external sources into the RANE ONE. Also, we have an aux in on phono and mic 1 and 2 on a combi jack and XLR input. And finally, we have our torque adjust for our two motorised platters, as well as dual USB connectivity. For more information on the RANE ONE, check out the Just Music online store.